organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Tonight on Daily Iowan TV, a vehicle crashed into an area Walgreens last night, and we have the details.
And more than music, the Mission Creek Festival helps one University of Iowa student get one step closer to her goals.
And in sports, we sit down with an Iowa legend and bring you all the latest from Dwayne Banks and Pearl Field.
Stay with Daily Iowan TV. Good evening, I'm Erin Faust.
And I'm Melissa Dawkins. Police say a car plowed into the Coralville Walgreens Saturday night. It happened here at the 2nd Street location. Police say no one was injured. They believe it was an accident. A UI student was in the Walgreens last night and snapped this photo right after. Police say an active investigation is going on right now.
One of Iowa City's largest annual festivals is starting to wrap up this weekend. Mission Creek is known as a music festival, but Daily Iowan TV Megan Sanchez went out to see how the festival brought crowds of riders for this weekend's events. Take a look.
I should just tell my mom to Google my name. Maybe then she'll understand.
When Mackenzie Bean decided to write something for her class about Vodka Sam, she had no idea that it would end up published. But just before the end of first semester, her piece was picked up by Little Village, Iowa City's news and culture magazine.
It started off just as to be like a commentary on like the party or drinking culture in Iowa, but then it kind of transformed into a character study about like Vodka Sam herself, and like I found the more I was writing it, the more I started to like sympathize with her and like feel for her.
Mackenzie's piece had quite a bit of profanity, but here's a sneak peek.
At Vodka Sam. Just went to jail, hashtag YOLO.
And even though it was Mackenzie's first reading, the crowd responded positively. Little Village was joined at this event by Slow Collision Press. This is a publishing company founded in 2012 that focuses on contemporary literary fiction. In conjunction with Slow Collision's second Mission Creek Festival, they released what they call a mixtape. This compiles different pieces from works they've already published, as well as things they will soon release.
We have 2 novels out, Detroit Trip, which is by Todd, and The Best Part, which was mine, 2 anthologies, and then we have a 3rd novel coming out in August.
So for those who spent their evening at Trumpet Blossom Cafe, the night was filled with a little new literature, a little food, and a lot of fun. Megan Sanchez, Daily Iowan TV.
The very last shows of the week-long festival finished up earlier today.
The Rape Victim Advocacy Program in Iowa City is launching a brand new campaign. It's called How Do You Ask? They want to raise public awareness and educate the community about sexual violence. The recent string of sexual assaults on campus, along with comments President Sally Mason made, touched off a string of movements by separate groups to raise awareness on the issue earlier this semester. You're looking at some of the footage of those protests right now. The Rape Victim Advocacy Program is hosting events all throughout the month of April for Sexual Assault Awareness Month. The UI sent out word Thursday that 2 more students reported being sexually assaulted on campus. Those were unrelated events.
More than 300 students eager to make a difference filled the old rec building Friday night. Some cut their hair, some showed off their tailgating skills, and some even slid through a pudding slipping slide. It was all for a cause. You're looking at the University of Iowa's Relay for Life. The students raised more than $35,000 to fund cancer research. The event was held to raise funds and awareness, and also to remember those diagnosed with the disease. This year's theme was Relays Around the World. A brand new group is just starting up on campus. They want to give children and families far away something big to smile about.
Tara Simpson is standing by with today's Medical Minute. She met up with UI members of Operation Smile. Tara, this is a national organization, but what are they trying to do here in Iowa?
Well, Melissa, the group raises money to provide free surgeries for babies born with cleft lips and palates. Here at the UI, they want to raise funds to help those miles away who can't afford surgery to correct the problem. UI Operation Smile is hoping to make $1 million smile affordable to those in need.
Here at Iowa, our two main goals are to spread awareness about cleft palate and cleft lip and to raise funds for the surgeries.
A cleft lip and palate are birth defects that occur when a child's lip or mouth don't form properly. These defects can cause problems with eating, breathing, speech, and can lead to infection. It's estimated that 1 in 600 babies are born with this defect annually, and the price for reconstruction surgery varies.
We think that we can provide a pretty big impact here at Iowa. Even though the surgeries don't happen in Iowa, we can still help these children who are born with cleft.
Dr. David Swanson believes oftentimes individuals don't realize that people were born with the defect if they've already had reconstructive surgery. And he stresses the importance to raise awareness to help those who might not be able to pay for the surgery themselves. Tiara Simpson, Daily Iowan TV. So far, the group raised enough money for one free surgery. They're hoping to build on that. $240 in fundraising equals one free surgery for a child in need. Aaron and Melissa, back to you two.
Thanks, Tiara. April is Earth Month, and what would Earth Month be without a little friendly competition?
Hannah Thompson is standing by to tell you exactly what we're talking about.
Yes, Melissa, now that spring has finally sprung, UI students and faculty are dusting off their bicycle helmets and checking their tire pressure. That's because today marks the first day of Earth Month Bike Challenge. The goal is simple, to log more hours on a bike than anyone else between now and April 27th. The competition is for both individual riders and teams, and it's all sponsored by the UI Office of Sustainability and Bicycle Advisory Committee. Now the weather will be ideal for all the cyclists out there this week. Tomorrow the day will start out at 50 degrees with very overcast skies. Those clouds will stick around all day, but temperatures will make it up to almost 60 for the afternoon and then fall down to 56 with a 30% chance of rain for the evening. Looking to the rest of the week, we're going to be seeing lots of clouds off and on, but beautiful temperatures despite the gray skies. Tuesday will be in the mid-50s, but by Wednesday, temps will hit the mid-60s and not fall for the rest of the week. Hopefully by the weekend, we will see a bit of sun as those temperatures get near 70. That's all I have for today's forecast, so be sure to gear up those bikes and hit the roads because we are going to have the perfect weather these next few days. Aaron and Melissa, back to you.
Thanks, Hannah. Starting Monday, everyone will have a chance to put down roots in a little patch of Iowa City. The city will begin leasing garden plots in Weatherby Park here at 2400 Taylor Drive. There are more than 100 plots for residents and non-residents to rent. It costs $22 for residents to rent a big plot and $12 for a smaller one. You can stop by the Robert A. Lee Community Recreation Center to register.
Now we're turning it over to Cody Goodwin for everything black and gold. He's standing by in the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio.
That's right, Melissa. Cody Goodwin here in the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio to bring you all the latest from the Diamond. But before we get to all the action from both Dwayne Banks and Pearl Field, we're kicking it with two of Iowa football's most lethal feat. For former Iowa kickers Mike Meyer and Nate Kading, kicking a football isn't just a hobby, it's an art form. Kading, a Groza Award winner at Iowa, made a career out of his time with the Hawks, applying his trade professionally for nearly a decade before hanging up his boots this past fall. All indications point to Meyer doing the same after next month's NFL draft, but Meyer may be facing a different challenge when he reaches the next level, something Kading never had to face. Daily Iowan TV Sports' Whitney Blakemore kicks off tonight's program. Get it?
The extra point, the crucial factor after a touchdown if you get 6 points or 7. But how important is that extra point? Last season for the NFL, only 5 out of 1,267 extra points were missed the entire season. So is this kick too easy?
It's a play that's just become redundant and boring. It just happens. They snap the ball, you kick it, and it goes in. So even when I was kicking in the NFL, it's just like automatic. I mean, it's a good time for people to go to the bathroom or make some nachos.
PATs, relatively should be makeable every time.
For many years, the point after touchdown has been kicked from right here at the 2-yard line. But now for this NFL preseason, they're going to be experimenting kicking the extra point from back here at the 20-yard line.
I think it's a good move. I think the NFL needs to constantly, like anything, whether it be a business or a sport, just continue to make little minor tweaks to reinvent themselves.
Moving the extra point back a whole 18 yards may seem odd, but could create more excitement in the game.
The guy from Section H, row 40, he'll come down and knock that sucker through on an extra point, but the minute you start scooting it back, it gets a little bit more hairy. So, yeah, it takes away the gimme, and it makes the game more fun for everybody, I think.
Late game implications could see an effect if this change continues into the regular season. With high pressure on the kicker and a longer distance, strategy and talk of two-point conversions may come about.
I don't think it'll change it that much, but I think it will have an impact on later in games how coaches think about it.
While it will impact games, it also will impact kickers like potential pro Mike Meyer.
I really think in the end it's going to make the field goal kicker, the place kicker, more valuable, because you're going to have the ones that are really good and successful where that 38-yarder to them is almost just like a 20-yard extra point. So I think for kickers that are really good, it's going to be a benefit, because I think it's going to end up being more pay and more value in the end.
But pay or no pay, current and future NFL kickers will have to adjust to this change.
It's kind of, I feel like, a coincidence. It's happening right when I'm leaving, but I think I'm interested to see how it works out the first couple weeks that's put in.
Whitney Blakemore, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Interesting stuff there, Whitney. Now, as promised earlier, here is the latest from this afternoon. Iowa baseball thumped by reigning Big Ten champs Indiana at Dwayne Banks Field. Rick Keller's squad wraps up their three-game set on Monday at 1 p.m. in Iowa City. Iowa softball enjoying their Sunday afternoon. Marla Looper's squad avoiding the broom with a 4-3 victory in the final game of their three-game set with the 23rd-ranked Northwestern Wildcats. Kayla Massey picking up the win after going the distance for the Hawkeyes. Now, the Hawks are back in action throughout the week, but we wrap up the program with our continuing coverage of everything spring ball. And what a better way to do it than with our Five Things crew, Taylor Axelson and Jalen Socek, who are back in action, ready to go.
Spring is in the air, and that means Hawkeye fans are getting the first taste of spring football.
We knew you'd miss us, so now that basketball season is over, we're going to keep feeding you 5 new things to keep you the most informed about Iowa sports.
We know people all over the world wearing black and gold are hungry for some Hawkeye football. And we are here just in time for dinner.
So we caught up with a few of the players to see why they think spring ball is so important.
A little more upbeat. I mean, we had a better season last year, but we can always improve, and that's what our main goal is, to improve, and I think that's what we're going to do. We just got to take it one day at a time. We got 12 more practices to do that.
Coach Ferentz always talks about you have to re-earn your spot every single year. I mean, you can't just walk on the field expecting to be where you were. You have to keep moving forward, keep getting a little bit better each and every day. And the most important thing right now is to get the entire team ready and get the team better, and that's what we're all trying to do.
Favorite part, just getting the pads back on and hitting people.
So they finally get back on the field and start tackling again, but they actually lost some of their best hitters.
Anthony Hitchens, James Morris, and Christian Kirksey are all graduating and all attended the NFL Combine to hopefully pursue the next level.
But when leaders leave, someone has to step up, and Quentin Olson told us who we could look forward to seeing in those shoes.
Myself, Reggie, and Travis, we all got our feet wet a little bit last year. So I think we can take that little bit of experience and turn it into something big, and just go out there, play confident. Just Coach Reed and Coach Woods just telling us to go out there and have fun. So as long as we just stay to our basics, stays to the little things that we do each and every day, the little details, we'll be fine.
There are only 4 practices in spring football, and I think Hawk fans will really have something to keep them busy this April.
That's all we have for you today, but we'll meet you right here next week for 5 more things. Back to you at the desk.
Check out what's going on in tomorrow's pages of the Daily Iowan. 35 years of saving lives, UIHC's Air Care is celebrating its birthday.
And asking for communication, Iowa City Police say they want more from local bar owners.
Thanks for joining us tonight. If you missed anything, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and dailyiowan.com.
And catch tomorrow's show right here, same time, same place. Good night. Thanks for joining us.
Iowa SJMC.
Want a major that'll take you somewhere? I joined and now I'm in Los Angeles, California, interning for Conan O'Brien at Warner Brothers Studios.
I joined and now I'm working in public relations for diabetes research.
SJMC.